There's another trick I want to also drop for you here. When you search for visa sponsorships, or when you search for a visa sponsorship job, right, I would employ you not to just search for jobs. You can see that jobs is highlighted here, right? Sometimes just change these jobs to post. While the hidden job markets are jobs that companies have employed recruiters or talent acquisition managers to help them place or find best candidates to fill this position.
Optimize my CV and my LinkedIn as well. Immediately I optimize my LinkedIn. I mean, let's imagine I did that maybe 11:59 a night before. At 12 midnight, or let's say 8 o'clock, let me not exaggerate, I had recruiters calling me.
I have some questions here that I'll be taking. And yeah, I have over 10 years of experience in IT project management. What do I need to get sponsorship? Well, everything you need to get sponsorship, I believe that we've covered. I believe these are the first few questions that came. To get sponsorship, optimize your brand, work on your, optimize your brand, work on your CV and LinkedIn, and put yourself out there. When transitioning careers, what would you advise creating a new LinkedIn if I had a previous one with my prior experience? I mean, I don't think this is necessary. I mean, people have multiple LinkedIn for different reasons, but I don't think it's necessary, because if you start a new LinkedIn afresh, right, you have to start building a network. Your LinkedIn should be, the profile should be one, except there are other reasons, right? I know people have multiple, probably for having multiple jobs, and they don't want to have separate, different, the same LinkedIn for, I don't know, to be honest, but that is not, I don't think you should have multiple LinkedIns or have a different one for the UK. Is it okay to change my job title using the common job title terms in the UK as long as job description matches and almost match? Yes, that is fine. It's part of the things that we call optimizing. Optimizing is the general word for it, but what optimizing means is getting your CV UK job markets ready, which is what we do for people, right? Yes, it's okay to change your job title so long as you won't have a problem getting a reference from the company that you worked at, or from someone in the company you worked at, confirming that you worked based on that job title. Because sometimes some UK employers could drill down to ask what exactly was a job title in their referencing questions. So you might want to think about that. So what advice would you give someone who left Nigeria at a very high finance level, is having issues and landing professional job? Based on his level of experience, the recruiters don't seem to come back to him. What level do you suggest he starts from? To be honest, I can totally relate to this. I've worked on lots of people who are in finance, who have really gotten high there, or who owns their own consulting firm. It's always challenging for them to get that same level. You're not only in finance, right? In some other fields, some people, their job titles are gotten to the stage where they are just general managers, deputy general managers. Those titles don't get the results in this kind of a place. Your role has to be functional, not hierarchical, right, or level based. It has to be functional. So when I say functional, I mean it has to be based on a skill, right? Rather than saying you are an assistant manager, it's better you call yourself a finance manager, financial planning and analysis manager, right? Tax manager, whatever it is that you were doing. So I mean, the UK finance analyst is what is the average level to start from for financial. But the thing is that you need to know analytical tools. If you're a finance person coming to the UK, you need to be able to use analytical tools. And when I say analytical tools, you need to be able to analyze with Excel. You need to probably learn industry analytical tools, Power BI, Tableau, and the likes. Most of the other ones that are not so popular mirrors these analytical tools. So as an accountant, as a finance person coming to the UK, you need to also acquire some industry in demand analytical tools for you to be able to, for you to be relevant. And when we say senior finance analyst, you could get a job as a finance analyst that is 100k. There's finance analyst roles that is 30k, 20k, 90k, 80k. So what would differentiate the title might just be finance analyst or senior finance analyst, right? But the level of skill or the level of tasks you would do would differ based on probably how you demonstrate your experience or what you apply to. So I hope I answered that question. Can we get a list of organizations who are willing to train people on certain skills? Example of platforms that help transition to make career path. There are lots of them. Follow at live_career_UK. There are some highly recommended that I work with, or that I personally recommend for people, because to be honest, there are lots of others out there too that have that don't have so good feedback. And I know this because I work with a lot of their students. I have students from lots of different training institutes who have just taken courses with them and are trying to transition into new areas. I work on their CV and LinkedIn to help them get jobs in their desired field. So I can tell you that I get feedback from these people. Go through the live_career_UK page, or you can DM me to ask for this personally. So the next one I have, dependent of a tier 4, how many years visa are they entitled to? Dependents of tier 4 have the same number of years as the tier 4 holders as well, and they have the same number. They have the number of years that the students himself or herself would have. However, when the students transitions to postgraduate visa, they can also transition alongside with the students to the postgraduate visa. However, anybody who was not on your student's visa cannot join you on your postgraduate visa, in case you did not know that. I have lost so many good job offers, data analysts, and because I'm a student, how do I get past the ordeal of visa restriction and get a full-time job in IT with sponsorship before my course is over? To be honest, there's nothing you can do about that in the immediate. Your course will be over in March, so you can start, like probably by December or even from now. You can look to get temporary roles in your field as a student, right? And there are people that get temporary roles that would accommodate their limitation at the moment and probably change to full-time when they are done with school. However, from 3 months before your school is over, you can actually get a full-time job that would sponsor you and that you can change your visa to from 3 months before the end of your visa. So, but in the interim, try to look for temporary jobs or other part-time jobs that you can take, except if your dependent, of course, gets a job that sponsors, then both of you can transition and you can also work full-time as the student. Would you advise me to create a new LinkedIn? I think I answered that. My hubby left Nigeria as a finance director. He's been having problem landing a first accounting job for like 2 months. Recruiters don't call him back. He has also tried to optimize his LinkedIn profile as well. Well, he probably needs to get get professionals. He needs to get CV and LinkedIn optimized by professionals, right? And like you said, finance director, he might not be able to start at the level of finance director. It's related to the question I answered. He needs to probably start because finance director in the UK, so for those that don't understand the finance space, because I'm a finance professional myself, finance director is equivalent to CFO in the UK. So, and they won't just get somebody that is coming from outside the country to do CFO, because the CFO needs to have an understanding of tax, every part of the finance business. And because of your foreign limitation, right, you might not actually have that knowledge, right? So I mean, I'm not sure it will be easy to get like a CFO role straight from Nigeria. However, it can get a very high paying finance analyst, finance manager. Finance manager is more like head of a team, right? However, it depends on company, depends on the size of company as well. Some intertwine the titles and job. The titles of this role, you can send me a DM or book a consultation to understand better. How do business owners in Nigeria showcase their job experience? I'm currently studying a course that relates to my what do I claim as job title? You need to book a service. You need to book the CV review service and probably the LinkedIn review service for us to work with you on this. This is a technical one. I can't just tell you this is what this is what you would do, or this is what you should do. But we've worked a lot of people, who are transitioning into fields from running their business. I've worked on people who are project managers now, but they didn't actually have any work experience. But the thing is that running your business as well, right? You are gaining transferable skills. You are managing projects. So you have lots of skills as well that you need to just find a way to demonstrate on your CV. I'm currently studying a course that really okay. Grace, what visa got you into the UK? She was a dependent. I'm a trained business analyst with UK work experience. Worked with diverse projects. I've been applying to visa sponsorship jobs, but I've been getting, unfortunately, must I remove all irrelevant rules considering I want to give a career gap? So, like I said, I will work a lot with people that are trying to transition into new roles. You definitely need to work on your previous experience and align it, show a career progression, right, from what you were doing in the past, highlighting what is most relevant to the new target role that you are trying to do. It's best to always employ professionals to do this for you. Talked about connecting with current employers for referrals. Please, you like to connect with them. Okay, as an operation officer in one of Nigerian banks with over 10 years, do you think international banking is a good course to study and master? Kindly book a consultation for this. Sheyi, please, what's the chance for non-auditors that they will need to know about UK tax laws? To be honest, as a tax person, if you want to work in the UK, it's one of those fields where you actually need to have UK experience. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the finance director, there are some fields like law, like tax, you need, because even when you are doing ACCA, right, or when you are doing the tax law in different countries differ, the laws in different countries differ, so you can't just move to a new country and get I'm not saying it's impossible for tax, right? Not for law, because for law you need to actually have a qualification, but for tax they would always want you to have UK experience before you can operate as, you know, as a tax person, as a tax finance person. So do you still, at RKY Careers, do you still do CV and LinkedIn optimization? I would want one, please. That's our bestseller service. That's what's keeping the company going. Yes, we still do. I work as a compliance officer in my current role. I would like to continue this role in the UK. Is it possible to connect with those working in that role and advice on certifications required? Yes, compliance and risk management is a very high potential role in the UK, but whether or not you can get sponsorship through that role, I'm not sure. However, you can also explore the route of getting a job first, you know, leveraging relationship, talking to your manager, and, you know, even fields that we think have less potential can give you this sponsorship. However, you need to be in the UK first. So I think that's the first set of questions. I don't know if I have another batch of questions. Let me check again. What's the best role between BA and PM for someone with just MD without degree certificate? Well, there's no best role between BA and PM. You have to like do a self-assessment. Which one best fits you, right? If you go through the RKY career page or the Life Career UK page, there are resources about BA and PM. I have 2 slides, separate slides. One explaining everything you need to know about PM and transitioning to PM. Everything you need to know about BA and transitioning to BA as well. You can send me a DM for me to forward this to you. The chances of an external auditor without a Big 4 experience in Nigeria planning to come to UK soon on a dependent visa. It's possible to get a job, but it might not be a sponsorship job. As an external auditor or an internal auditor, your job is highly in demand. It's possible to get a job first in the UK that you will use to acquire that UK experience that you can now explore for sponsorship, right? Lots of external auditor jobs would always ask for, if you're not Big 4, they would always ask for UK experience, and you can get that UK experience while on the dependent visa. I don't know if I answered that question. Please, can you give us discounted rates for your services? I'll consider it. Please, what's the easiest way to contact you for your services? Kindly DM us on life_career_UK, and yes, you will get the link to book the services. I sent the link tree and social media handles to chats. Can you land a visa sponsorship job with just a degree holder and some transitioning skills? For you to land visa sponsorship jobs are skilled jobs. So you need to demonstrate experience. You need to have experience on your CV. So even if you are transitioning, that's an experience that you can put together. I mean, you can employ our services to work on your CV for you if you don't know how to go about this. I'm a UK law graduate. Can you please shed more light on becoming a qualified lawyer in the UK? Then kindly go to my page. I shared a reels recently about lawyers that want to move to the UK. You need to write the SQE1 and SQE2 to be able to practice in the UK. The exam is quite expensive, but it's not impossible to achieve if you really want to. If you really want to transition to that field. Can you share skills for someone with accounts and audit background, analytical skills, and be able to work with tools, caseware for audit, right, and some other tools? So I think I've answered lots of questions. If there's any question I've missed, or if there's anything that you want me to address personally, if it's a short one, send me a DM on life_career_UK. However, if you need me to go through your situation, like all this question, you need to book a consultation, because I'm also managing my time. We have just 24 hours in a day, and there are lots of things to be attended to, both personally, business, work, and all that. So yes, thank you all for attending. I really appreciate you. Who is RKY Careers? I'm sure you guys might know me. If you don't know me, I'm Rukayat. I'm the founder of RKY Careers. RKY Careers is a tech-driven company passionate about supporting international students and international professionals to navigate the UK job market. How do we support them? Through our services: CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview preparation, career mapping, personal statements and SOP, strategic course guide if you're still trying to choose a course to come into the UK. So we've supported lots of people to get jobs in the UK, right? And you can see our handles to our social media splashed on that. Thanks to everyone for attending. I really appreciate. And yes, that's it. That's the end of, we've come to the end of the webinar. I hope you learned one or two things. I hope it was a good one. And yes, we would definitely have something like this come up again next month on another topic. Thank you and have a lovely evening, everyone.